everyone, welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you are new here to never miss an update. Our focus is all on delving deeply into the complexity of human interactions. Today, we are exploring a topic just as interesting but equally difficult: what happens when you ignore a narcissist? For years, psychologists, sociologists, and even the general public have been fascinated with the personality trait or condition known as narcissism. Often marked by an exaggerated feeling of self-importance, a great desire for too much attention and praise, damaged relationships, and a lack of empathy for others, a narcissist. But what happens when the one thing a narcissist most wants, attention, is abruptly deprived? What changes their behavior, and more importantly, what does it do to you? Ignoring a narcissist is like walking on a rug that has been pulled under. You are depriving them the affirmation they have come to know from you, which can set off a range of responses, most of which can be really strong. Attention and validation are to a narcissist like breathing. Their preferred habitat is it. It keeps their grandiose picture of themselves intact and nourishes their ego. Their response might vary from uncertainty and fury to desperation and even vindictiveness when that source of validation is knocked off, though. When a narcissist finds they are being overlooked, their initial reaction is frequently incredulity. How could someone not want to savor their brilliance, after all? Soon after this incredulity, narcissists find themselves overwhelmed with fear and uncertainty, emotions they are not suited to manage. Recall that self-esteem of a narcissist is quite brittle. Built on a precarious basis of outside affirmation, it can lead to an emotional earthquake when that basis is undermined. The narcissist could try to grab your attention in several ways as the reality of the matter settles in. Often called air hoovering, this is named for the Hoover vacuum cleaner, since the narcissist is basically trying to drag you back into their world. Things you never noticed when you were paying them attention, they might suddenly lavish you with accolades, promises, or presents. This strategy is meant to entice you back in, to make you stop neglecting them and begin once more feeding their ego. If you don't reply, though, imagine yourself ignoring them going forward. This is the tough part of things. Rising their efforts, a narcissist may become more needy, manipulative, even more aggressive. To generate any type of response from you, even a negative one, they could try to set off drama, press your buttons, or harass you. Any attention is preferable to none at all, to a narcissist. Should you be firm and keep ignoring them, the narcissist may experience a spectrum of feelings. They might be deeply resentful, angry, or enraged. You have dared to question their self-perception, after all, and a narcissist takes great care over this. Here is when the actual nature of the narcissist can really be shown. They may begin disseminating stories about you, turn friends against you, or carry other kinds of social sabotage. Their aim is to punish you in every capacity they can, therefore damaging you. Sometimes the narcissist moves on to someone else when they see their efforts to manipulate you are fruitless. This does not indicate they have given up on you totally, though. Known for their propensity to compartmentalize, narcissists could maintain you in their life in some little capacity should they want your attention down road. Though they seem to forget about you for a while, most of the time they are just waiting for a chance to reaffirm their control. On the other hand, ignoring a narcissist might be rather liberating for you. It's a means of declaring your authority and hence establishing your limits. This can be a transforming event since you are basically informing the narcissist that you will no longer provide them with validation. Still, one should be ready for the possible fallout. Reversals are not easy for narcissists, hence their reaction may be erratic and even really destructive. Ignoring a narcissist also challenges your own emotional triggers and weaknesses. The narcissist will typically use every trick in the book to try to drag you back into their orbit, thus it calls for a degree of emotional toughness and courage. They could cause you to doubt your choices, value, even your sanity. If you keep strong and keep ignoring them, though, you will probably come out of the experience more self-aware and self-respectful. Ignoring a narcissist is therefore not always the right line of action in every circumstance. Completely ignoring the narcissist in issue, for instance, would not be realistic or practicable if they are a co-worker, relative, or someone you must often engage with. Under such circumstances, Limiting your contacts with them and establishing clear limits may be a more successful approach. Ignoring a narcissist then, what happens? The response is nuanced and depends on the dynamics of your relationship with the particular narcissist as well as on their own. Sometimes they will finally walk on, understanding they cannot control or influence you anymore. In other circumstances, they might intensify their attempts to get your attention and turn to more forceful and controlling strategies. Still, the act of ignoring the narcissist makes a strong signal independent of their behavior. It's a means of recovering your autonomy, declaring your limits, and rejecting to be a tool in their hands. Ignoring a narcissist is similar to engaging in high-stakes emotional poker. By pointing out that you are no longer eager to follow their guidelines, you are calling their bluff. This can be horrible as well as freeing. The narcissist probably will go all out to re-engage you. Hoping to catch you off guard, they could swing between idealizing you and devaluating you. Their love-bombing and gaslighting techniques include this component of their manipulative approach. A love-bombing is the process whereby the narcissist overwhelms you with gifts, care, and attention meant to win you back. This unexpected flood of positive interest can be emotionally draining and perplexing. It's meant to cause you to second your choice to overlook them. Conversely, a gaslighting is the narcissist distorting your view of reality, therefore undermining your own memory, judgment, and sanity. They might lie to fit their story, accuse you of being too sensitive, or deny what they have said or done. You have to be determined throughout this procedure. Recall the reasons for your decision to first ignore the narcissist. If you must remind yourself of their behavioral tendencies, keep a notebook of exchanges. Assemble encouraging friends and relatives who can provide viewpoint and encouragement. Another great resource is therapy, which gives you methods to keep your limits and raise your self-esteem. Dealing with the guilt and self-doubt a narcissist tries to sow in you is one of the toughest parts of ignoring them. Narcissists are quite skilled in making you answerable for their feelings and behavior. They could charge you of being abusive, callous, or even uncritical. This projection serves as a protective mechanism meant to let one escape owning responsibility for their own actions. Acknowledging this strategy for what it is, an attempt to dominate and manipulate you, is vital. Ignoring a narcissist can potentially seriously affect your own emotional state. From relief and empowerment to dread and fear, your emotional roller coaster could be during this period. One is naturally conflicted and unsure. You are, after all, separating from a relationship that has probably been emotionally and psychologically taxing. Even if the connection was poisonous, let yourself process the loss. Healing takes time. It's normal to ask for help along the road. As you negotiate this process, pay special attention to reconstructing yourself. Participate in things you enjoy and find fulfilling. Reconnect with pastimes and interests you might have overlooked while under the narcissist's influence. Support your well-being and deepen your ties to those who truly love you. These good relationships might act as a shield against the attempts of the narcissist to discredit your confidence. Ignoring a narcissist offers one of the most important chances to grow in better relations. Steering clear of the negative dynamic can help you to see what you need and deserve in your relationships. This increased awareness will enable you to spot red flags in next contacts and make more wise decisions on the people you let into your life. Furthermore, crucial is realizing that ignoring a narcissist has nothing to do with winning or losing. It's about giving your mental and emotional health top importance. Though their reaction is not your responsibility, the narcissist may see your actions as a challenge. Your priorities should be establishing a secure and supportive surroundings for you. Sometimes the narcissist seeks to re-enter your life months or even years later. They might try to revive the connection, offer apologies or pledges of reform. One must approach these overtides carefully. Although narcissists are adept at stating what they believe you should hear, real change is rare and calls for a degree of self-awareness and dedication most lacking among them. Remember the reasons you originally decided to remove yourself. Trust your intuition. One brave and self-affirming choice is to ignore a narcissist. This is a statement declaring you to be free from control, manipulation, or devaluation. It's a self-preservation and dignity act. Although the road may be full of difficulties, the benefits of recovering your autonomy and feeling of self are almost unrivaled. I much appreciate you viewing. Should you find this conversation useful, remember to give it a thumbs up and forward it to anyone who might find it so beneficial. And if you haven't already, be sure to sign up for the channel to get further understanding of human connections and behavior. Look after yourself. We will see you in the future video. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you are new here to never miss an update. Our focus is all on delving deeply into the complexity of human interactions. Today, we are exploring a topic just as interesting but equally difficult: what happens when you ignore a narcissist? For years, psychologists, sociologists, and even the general public have been fascinated with the personality trait or condition known as narcissism. Often marked by an exaggerated feeling of self-importance, a great desire for too much attention and praise, damaged relationships, and a lack of empathy for others, a narcissist. But what happens when the one thing a narcissist most wants, attention, is abruptly deprived? What changes their behavior, and more importantly, what does it do to you? Ignoring a